Hey everyone, welcome to another brand new episode of Lifestyle Today. I'm Justine Santinello. We're just a week away from the most important holiday of the year, Mother's Day, of course. I wanted to personally wish all of the moms out there, and we know that they come in all shapes and sizes, a very, very happy Mother's Day. Being a mom is definitely the hardest job that there is. So I hope that you guys can take a moment to remind yourselves that you're doing an amazing job. And I want to give a special shout out to my mom and Nana, who really are the best of the best. Now, I am so excited to jump into today's episode and welcome our very first guests of the show. David Visentin and Page Turner are here to talk about the long-awaited new season of the iconic series, Love It or List It. Welcome to the show, you two.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right, now, David, I have to start with you. I remember watching this show with my mom when you first started, and now you're in season 20. What do you think it is about this show that keeps the viewers coming back? And do you think that the fans are going to love this season just as much as past seasons?
They're going to love Page Turner is what they're going to love.
Thank you.
And back to your original question, I think, I get that comment from so many people, right? That the mothers watching it with their daughters and their kids as they've grown into it. And I think you've now got a new generation of kids that grew up with the show, that are in their 20s, that are watching the show, and then eventually will watch it with their kids.
Yeah.
And like I've always said, it's a question that still resonates with people. Should I stay or should I go? Is it time to move on? We now have 3 kids as opposed to 1. We're running out of bedrooms. We're running out of square footage. And that's a question that's going to linger forever.
Okay, so Paige, we know that you are no stranger to HGTV, but how does this show compare to the others that we've seen you on?
Yes, Paige, how does it compare?
I'm going to be brutally honest. It doesn't compare, Justine. There is no comparison to the legacy of Love It or List It, not just because of the amount of time it's been on, because this show predates me being on this network, but I too was watching you with my kids and my daughters. And like my daughter who was here, who's been here on this press with us, she said, Mommy, I remember watching David. She says, Mr. David, when we were in elementary school and junior high school. I'm like, that is just crazy. It's just amazing how serendipitous this all is. But it's just amazing. I'm just so honored to be able to sit here next to this icon and carry on the legacy of this show.
So did you two know each other before you started filming? And what can we expect to see of your relationship on the show?
Well, we did a chemistry test.
Yep.
And then the first day we met was really the second day was the chemistry test. It was
Yep.
like I've known him forever because he's literally the same person. He's just laid back. He's cool. He's funny. He's very quick-witted. So he's definitely like, I'm like, okay, I got to, one up my game because he is, he's a great competitor and really funny. But I mean,
I think one of the great things is about doing something this new is that it develops.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how she's going to react to the things I say. I don't know how I don't know how I'm going to react to the things she says. So it's a fun process to go through. And I think it's going to feel like that when people watch it. Like that these two people are really, not only doing the show, but finding out about each other and learning about each other.
Right. And it's been fun and really amazing and funny.
Yes. Yeah. You could say we're in the honeymoon stage.
So how do you guys think that the show has changed, if at all, with the fact that the market is just so different right now between real estate prices and how expensive home renovations can be now? Has any of that impacted what we're going to see on the show?
Well, it makes the competition a lot harder because, David really has to work hard to find them homes. I mean, you can speak on that part, but on my side, this is where my real estate and flipping experience comes in and my superpower with finding ways to save the client's money, finding ways to save the homeowner's money instead of just going to ask them for money. I can't do that anymore. Money's just not flowing, out of pipes or anything. So I have to come in. Sometimes I have to lay tile. Sometimes I have to lay hardwood, and put in my own elbow grease to save money so that I don't have to go back and keep asking clients for money. And that's one of my superpowers.
That definitely is. Getting our hands dirty is something Paige does, and that's a benefit for the homeowners. This market, to be honest, is slowing down. Even though the prices are obviously high still, they're coming down. And this market actually benefits me because houses sit on the market longer. So I have more inventory to show. So actually, it's made my life a little bit easier, to be honest.
So did you run into any situations then this season where you thought to yourself, oh gosh, I don't know if I can find a house for these people in their budget, or I don't know if I can give them the renovation that they truly want because of budget constraints?
Well, I think I've run into the problem with people wanting to stay in their neighborhood for 20 seasons. It's never easy. I mean, literally some people want to be on the same street that they live on. And the truth is, it's always difficult. I feel like I'm always taking people out of their neighborhood. And so then I have to really, find a house that goes way beyond what they have just to get them to consider moving out of their neighborhood.
Yep. And on the redesign side, it works the same way. I mean, I have to bring people back into reality. Like, I know you want, this grandiose redesign in your home, but the truth is, this is what you can afford, and this is what I can do. And then I just have to marry that with their emotions and their budget.
Now, I know that you can't tell us much, of course, but is there any little tidbit or favorite moment that you guys can give us that we're going to see this season?
Well, every episode is
Has
fun,
something.
but we have a moment in one of the episodes where I get to drop a mic so hard because I also may or may not have dropped the floor.
Like 10 feet almost.
So it even surprised this one. And I've never done it in my career.
That was a shocker.
Yeah, it was a shocker for me too that we were able to do it. So I was so happy that this design idea I had came to fruition. Or maybe it didn't. I think we just gave it away.
Maybe.
Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thank you, Justine.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, we're just getting started. Don't go anywhere.